Living in nature means struggling for existence. Every day, wildlife has to survive in the face of habitat destruction and the spread of human influence. Let us explore the beauty of the fauna and their battles against their greatest enemy, humanity. The rainforest. It covers only 16% of the world's surface, yet it is home to more than half of the world's terrestrial species. The oldest living ecosystem on Earth, astonishing and complex, and where chaos meets beauty. Survival of the fittest is the natural order that governs the system in which organisms depend on both predator and prey. Food webs developed through millennia without human intervention and is in danger of collapsing more than ever. Because of the sheer number of organisms, competition for food is ruthless yet harmonic due to the natural equilibrium set by nature. The harsh competition makes organisms develop adaptation traits over generations that help them compete for resources. Those that survive pass on their genes to new generations. Some animals use camouflage to protect themselves. Bengal tigers, one of the forest's top predators, have soft pads on the bottom of their feet. It allows them to move stealthily while sneaking up on prey. Trees provide food and shelter to insects, birds, and animals alike. Monkeys and birds feed on plants. Powerful predators like tigers and eagles feast on smaller animals. Fungi and molds live on dead animals and plant remains. When an organism dies, decomposers break down dead plants and animals, returning the nutrients they contain to the soil. Humans are the sole perpetrators of the atrocities committed against the animals in the rainforests. Some wild animals are even captured illegally to be sold as pets. People intentionally burn down rainforests to create more grazing land.
What do you think about the Amazon rainforest burning down?
The incident regarding the Amazon rainforest was very controversial.
It's an alarming threat to the environment.
I really think that it's tragic because the fires in Amazonia are all due to human activity.
I think that it's really heartbreaking.
It is unfortunate to see the Amazon forest burning up like that.
It's a great loss.
It's a call for action.
Some say it wasn't an incident, but planned by the higher ups to gain profit by urbanizing the area.
A political issue that targets the indigenous people of Amazonia who oppose the commercialization of their land.
I think about all those species that call the Amazon rainforest their home.
Not only species of plants that disagree, but also numerous species of animals were gone.
It is sad since trees take a long time to grow again.
One of the most important stabilizers in our ecosystem because it maintains equilibrium in the world.
As it affects the life of many species in the earth.
It hurts to see that our planet is being destroyed for the sake of corporate greed.
We humans have not only ruined the homes of more than millions of species, but also ourselves, because
The Amazon was home to species of all kinds, most of which can only be found in the forests and are endangered.
The lungs of the earth are burning down, the home where many wild animals depend on. We all lost in just a blink of an eye.
Because of that, it is something that we must own up to.
It might be something that we would regret in the future.
This could have been prevented in the first place by preventing legal works done by humans.
Makes me wonder, how could we have prevented it?
the earth is our home. I believe that it is time for a change.
Especially for global leaders and powerful corporations. They must wake up and join the movement towards saving our planet.
From the land, let's take a deep dive into the ocean. The surface of the ocean that covers up almost the entire world and underneath it. Battles for survival happen every day. Starting from the giants, introducing the bloodthirsty monsters, the sharks. They are an incredibly diverse group of fish. Sharks have parasitic and mutualistic relationships with other organisms in the ocean. They prey on smaller species and are themselves the prey of other species, like the sea lion. Believe it or not, this preys on this. Stingrays have been swimming under the ocean for hundreds of years. Graceful, yet lethal. They are not aggressive, but their spines and barbs produce fatal venom. Stellar sea lions were declared endangered for the first time in the 1990s. The cause of their decline in population is due to the trash that makes its way into the ocean. Some fisheries intentionally kill sea lions that consume their fishing catch. They are always exposed to heavy metals and pesticides that are washed up in the ocean. Trash coming from marine boats and pollution such as netting and plastic containers. They are mammals, not amphibians, meaning they can only stay underwater for a maximum of 10 minutes. If they end up entangled in trash, they could drown. The alligator gar often lives in reservoirs and lakes. This animal is an opportunistic predator of the night that ambushes small animals. As of 2019, they are not an endangered species, but further human abuse will make them endangered. Recently, there is a decline of the alligator gar count because humans destroy their habitat by channelization and building of leaves. Like humans, fish need shelter. Corals provide food and shelter to baby fish. Fish help corals reproduce and prevent them from obtaining diseases. But due to human activities, most coral reefs have been destroyed, making fish look for another home. Sunken ships and other naval materials have become artificial reefs. These new homes do provide reliable feeding spots and protection from the ocean's lethal battleground, but also steadily leak contaminants for years and becoming hazardous and a toxic addition to the waters. There is nothing more dangerous than the ocean's deadliest predator. It might not be what you expect, actually. It is the plastic. Turtles prey on jellyfish, and to them, a piece of plastic floating under the ocean looks exactly like food to them. 50% of sea turtles have plastic in their stomach. After submerging into the deepest dive, let's get ourselves frozen for a trip to Antarctica, the largest, coldest, and driest place on Earth. Is home to penguins, seals, and seabirds. Rising ocean temperatures is the main reason why the penguin population is in decline. As sea ice covers less area, krill, the main source of food for penguins, also decrease in number. Oil spills from drilling and shipping industries have contaminated their habitat.
From the astonishing complexity of the forest, down to the blue world of fins and gills, into the icy world of Antarctica, let's now soar high and feel the freedom of the masters of the air. From the largest birds of prey to the smallest bugs, these are the ecosystem's aerial animals. Birds have feathers to help them fly, legs to walk on land, talons and beaks to attack their prey. They commonly feed on worms, and they indirectly pollinate plants and flowers as they fly around. They also provide food to scavengers on their death. Known as the top flying predator, the eagle is one of the largest species of birds. Eagles are able to migrate for long distances, making use of rising currents of warm air known as thermals. At some zoos, they are trained to entertain people, where they are used to receiving food, making them think that they are dependent on humans for their survival. When a bird's mate dies or gets separated from the flock, its partner displays fickle behavior and experiences depression. Parakeets detest being isolated and will show similar behaviors in captivity. All birds migrate due to the changing of seasons. The winter season causes a decline in their food supply because of the inactivity of life in plants and animals. Eagles from the north, for example, migrate southward to escape the freezing weather and have more access to prey. Some animals, which are captured for entertainment, die because they are not able to withstand the living conditions in zoos. In fact, hibernating animals and those who follow specific migratory patterns struggle the most. As of now, many animals still live in freedom in the wild. However, how long can they last with humans around them? Colorful birds, mighty sharks, strange sea creatures, wild tigers, these and many more took billions of years to form. Hopefully, as their stewards, we will let them stay a little bit longer in this fragile and remote world.